I'm making the news tonight. Governor Soludo commissioned Solution Arena. Bishop Nwokolo urges government's action on economic hardship. Security agencies showcase achievement in the past 1 year. And on the foreign scene, birds attack in India kills 9. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. My name is Ajuluchukwu Okabwe. In a bid to solve the menace of street trading across the states, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, the governor of Anambra State, has commissioned Solution Arena. The arena has spots for fruits, vegetables, grills, and sundry items are given out free of cost to street traders. The arena is located at Club Road Junction, Oka. Government House correspondent Ejike Abana filled in this report.
Speaking, Governor Soludo stated that the arena is a prototype and a model of structures that will be duplicated across Anambra City to permanently solve the street trading problem. The governor said that all Anambra women toil every day trying to make a living for themselves can now trade their wares in a decent and befitting environment. He stressed that the accommodation is free of cost, saying that it is in line with the Apuga motto of Be Your Brothers and Sisters Keeper, adding that instead of blocking the traffic and keeping the environment untidy, the beneficiaries are now at liberty to keep the environment clean. While commending the managing director of Oka Capital Territory Development Authority, ACDA, through which the project was vetted, Governor Soludo revealed that the Odu Igbo market on Onitsha, among others, are being built into a convenient shopping arena.
This is a prototype to solve the problem of street trading. All our women who toil every day trying to make a living for their families with their little bananas, their little fruits, vegetables, that they hawk around the streets and so on, all of them will now come here. The accommodation here is free of charge.
Managing Director of Oka Capital Territory Development Authority, Mr. O.C. Onko, said that the project ties into the vision of Governor Soludo's administration to build well-planned towns, cities, and markets, pledging that the state government will continue to do people-oriented projects, touching and changing lives, and called on the beneficiaries to safeguard the project. Over 50 people who are displaced as a result of the end to street trading in the state will benefit from the state government's generosity. Chief of Staff to the Governor, Mr. Ernest Ezadri, Principal Secretary to the Governor, Barrister Joaquin Aneto, President General of Anambra State Association of Town Union, ASATU, Barrister Titus Abudo, among others, were in attendance.
Anambra Governor's wife, Mrs. Nonye Soludo, has explained that the primary consciousness of hygiene in the market begins with traders, understanding that they have a major role to play in what people consume. The governor's wife, who was speaking at Afigwe main market, Umudioka, where she continued her ongoing market outreach, explained that a bunch of the responsibility to healthy living falls on the table of those who produce or trade what people eat. Addressing the people, Mrs. Soludo told them to maintain caution on how they store foods, avoid the applications of poisonous chemicals in the process, maintain simple personal hygiene practices, keep their surroundings clean, and ensure that people around them learn same from them. She noted that healthy living is a simple step to a sound and disease-free society, pointing that if simple rules such as hand washing could be made a culture by traders, a good number of sicknesses will be averted. She further spoke on the market people to learn the proper habits of waste disposal and to avoid foods that have no organic backgrounds. Mrs. Soludo also preached on intensifying campaigns against drug use among children, the importance of communal child raising, and other social issues. Earlier in his remark, the President General of Umudioka Progressive Union, Chief Uchenna Malobi, welcomed the governor's wife to the popular market and disclosed that the healthy living crusade has grown to become a consciousness among every person in Anambra State. The chairman of Afigwe Main Market, Mr. Dennis Okosa, and the women leader of the market, Mrs. Uju Mbamalu, in their respective remarks, commended the governor's wife for making out the market and visit and pledge to lead the culture in the market to support hygiene culture in the market. Mrs. Soludo donated packs of waste bags, aprons, and buckets for hand washing and disinfectant. The Commissioner for Health and State Coordinator of Healthy Living with Noye Soludo Initiative, Dr. Afam Obidike, the Managing Director of Anambra Road Traffic Management Agency, ATMA, Engineer Emeka Okonkwo, the Convener of Women in Governance for Greater Anambra WIGA, Mrs. Amako Obi, the Deputy Woman Leader, ABGA, Mrs. Chinwe Umerie, were present among others at the event. The federal government and Nigerian National Assembly has been urged to urgently address the unprecedented excruciating economic hardship in the country, which is bringing every household to their knees and increasing a high rate of diseases and death of Nigerians. The Bishop on the Niger, Right Reverend Owen Mokolo, made the call during the Bishop's charge delivered to the 32nd Synod of the Diocese of Niger at St. Christopher's Church, Odapu, Onitsha. Staff reporter Ogochukwu Oranu tells us more.
Bishop Mokolo, who was speaking at the Synod with the theme Christian Stewardship, laying the prices of essential food items have astronomically risen beyond the reach of average Nigerians, thus causing hunger and starvation to many households in the country. The bishop also expressed concerns over the insecurity situation in the country, where incessant massacre of citizens in their communities continue unabated by lawless armed individuals and groups, condemning also the infamous culture of public corruption, which he said is partly responsible for present economic woes in Nigeria. He urged all adult Nigerians to start subsistence farming to meet personal needs and those of their families. The bishop appreciated the effort of Soludo for the invaluable development works he has embarked upon in communities across the state, and appealed to him to continue to partner the church in management of primary and post-primary schools to return to the mission. On the synod theme, Christian Stewardship, Bishop Mokolo stressed that Christian stewardship is a foundational principle within the Christian faith, emphasizing responsible management and utilization of resources entrusted to Christians by God. Those who spoke positively on the bishop's charge include the Chief Judge of Anambra State, Justice Onoche Anyachebelo, Venerable Frank Obi, Church of Ogidi Archdeaconry, the host priest, Reverend Kamunchukwu Neme, among others.
Christian stewardship, what it actually means to serve God. Serve God with all you have and all you can give. Synod is appealing to the leadership to ensure that these things are not taken for granted.
The Synod has 637 delegates in attendance, according to the Synod Secretary Venerable John Kwemezi, attracted dignitaries including the Archbishop Province of the Niger, Most Reverend Alexander Ibezin, and Vice Chancellor of the University of the Niger, Professor Chinedu Nebo, who spoke extensively on the uniqueness of the university. Ogochukwu Orano for ABS News.
Technology, NIFEST. East Central's chapter has held an annual summit with a call on youth to venture into green technologies in food processing. The program, which took place at Agriculture Hall, Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Unizik, Awka, was the 10th in the series tagged 10th Regional Food Science and Technology Summit. Refirst, the summit attracted members of the academic community and students of food sciences and technology in the tertiary institutions in Anambra, Enugu, Ebonyi states that makes up the East Central chapter of the association. Correspondent Amaka Chibuzo Okoye tells us more.
The summit has its theme, Sustainable Food and Nutrition Security in Nigeria, Challenges and Prospects. It has the sub-theme, Green Technologies in Food Processing for Sustainable Food Security, as well as improving nutritional security of processed foods. Declaring the summit open, the acting Vice Chancellor, Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, Professor Joseph Ikechebel, said, food security is primary and first step towards securing lives and properties, and as such, the summit is necessary as it will help to reduce the dependency on imported foods and concentrate on one's produce within the state. The Vice Chancellor, who spoke through Professor Henry Obiwosu, disclosed that the institution recently laid the foundation of food processing industry as they are aware of their roles in development of any society, stating that without sustainable food supply, no society can develop.
Without sustainable food supply, you cannot have development. Food security is primary and the first step towards security of lives and property. That is why this conference is very important, and that's why the university takes it seriously.
In an address of welcome, the chairman of the East Central chapter of the Institute, Dr. Roger Kewu, represented by a lecturer in food and science technology at the Federal Polytechnic Oko, Dr. Mrs. Ijeoma Zelu, said that the report gathers food science and technology scholars and students who, through research, innovation, and entrepreneurship, educate the society best ways to process, preserve, and making food available to the common man while drastically reducing waste.
Report as an arm of gathering of different people who studied food science and technology is to process food, preserve food, make it available all the time for the common man.
On her part, the keynote lecturer, Dr. Ndidi Wuneli, represented by Chinedu Abara, told participants that food processing and preservation is no more a culture, but an industry that innovation can help them improve on.
But we try to present to them most opportunities that are in the food landscape. You know, it's easy to get overwhelmed by the challenges that we are currently facing as a country. But understanding that these challenges present business opportunities, requiring entrepreneurship for them to take advantage of it.
Professor Gregory Omoka of Michael Opara University of Agriculture, Umudike, who delivered a paper on the topic Green Technologies in Food Processing for Sustainable Food Security, noted that the adaptation of green technologies in food processing and preservation by individuals and industries guarantees sustainable food security. Lending his voice, the chairman, local organizing committee of the conference, Professor James Obiebunam, noted they want to change the mindset of people who only major in other professions, but there are opportunities in food science and technology discipline, as it is a very important way of transforming food processing and preservation. In their separate speeches, a final year student of University of Nigeria in Nsukka, Samuel Chubuokem, and his counterpart from Enugu State University of Science and Technology, ESU, Uloma Anya, promised to internalize the lessons they learned from the summit. The summit gave its climax with the presentations of awards to individuals who has distinguished themselves and their works in guaranteeing food safety and sustainability. Major General Bukaku.
Still to come on the news, security agencies showcase achievement in the past 1 year. The Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, says the DSS and other intelligence agencies played a critical role in safeguarding national security through intelligence gathering and covert operations in the past 1 year. ABO's Bureau Chief, Princess Ekwi Ejide, tells us more.
Major General Buba was speaking at the joint press conference under the auspices of the Strategic Communications Interagency Advisory Policy Committee in Abuja, said Office of the National Security Advisor has been pivotal in coordinating national security strategies and ensuring synergy among various security agencies. The Strategic Communications Interagency Advisory Policy Committee is coordinated by the Office of the National Security Advisor to serve as the umbrella body for spokespersons of all the Nigerian security and response agencies, facilitating unified and strategic communication to highlight the collective activities of the agencies over the past 1 year. Speaking on behalf of other spokespersons, Major General Edward Buba said the collaboration has ensured that security operations are comprehensive, strategic, and effective, stressing that it will go a long way in countering misinformation and fake news. He listed the 9,303 terrorists who were killed, 6,988 others, included their logistics suppliers and informants, that were arrested, and 4,641 hostages that were rescued, as well as 1,237 oil thieves that were apprehended in the 91,237,052,565 naira that was denied oil thieves as part of efforts within the period under review.
The Economic and Financial Crime Commission has also taken several steps to combat corruption, including the investigation of several politically exposed persons, including former ministers and brokers. The agency wants to crack down on international stars and corporate currency affairs, securing over 50 convictions since the beginning of the administration.
Some other spokespersons could defend their works within the period, including that of the assessor Peter Afunanya and that of police Yomiya Adejobi, among others, by reiterating the need for citizen support to the work with reasons for doing what they do.
Of the Embassy of the State of Palestine to Nigeria, Abdullah Shawash, has appreciated the federal government of Nigeria for taking a very clear position in supporting the resolution and the 3 Palestinian amendments to the World Health Organization's resolution that was adopted last Friday. The ambassador, who was interacting with journalists in Abuja, is hoping that Nigeria would utilize its full political weight, known and respected around the world, to secure balance on the international political stage and prevent what the term jungle law from dominating. According to Shawal, it is 243 days of Israeli war against the Palestinian people and also 243 calls to the whole world to maintain international law and reject the law of the jungle, he said. About 55% of all structures in Gaza have been destroyed by the war, as disclosed by a preliminary satellite analysis carried out by the United Nations Satellite Center. The ambassador expressed worries that the Israelis control 88% of Palestinian water sources in the occupied West Bank and allow the colonists to freely access them without obstacles, saying that the Israeli colonizer consumes 9.5 times more water than the Palestinian citizen. It will be recalled that the federal government had last week, through the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Yusuf Tuga, condemned in strongest terms the onslaught of defenseless civilians currently being witnessed in Gaza in the course of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. And over to some foreign news. At least 9 people have been killed and 33 others injured after a bus carrying Hindu pilgrims in Indian-administered Kashmir tumbled into a ravine after suspected shooting attack. The crash happened near Risi town in the south of the disputed territory as the bus was returning from a popular Hindu shrine in the area. There was no immediate claim for responsibility for the attack. The bus was carrying pilgrims to the base camp of the Hindu temple, Mata Vaishno Devi, when it came under attack. Senior Administrative Officer Vinash Mahajan said India's opposition Congress Party President Mallikarjun Kharge condemned the gruesome terror attack in a post on social media. And over to sports news. The Nigeria Olympic Committee has said the annual Olympic Day celebration will be held on June 29 across the country. The Olympic Day is a global event that commemorates the birth of the modern Olympic movement founded by Pierre de Coubertin in 1894. The Secretary General of the NOC, Babatunde Popoola, said this year's celebration holds special significance as it precedes the highly anticipated Paris 2024 Olympic Games World 100-meter hurdler Toby Emerson. Mr. Popoola said that NOC had received positive responses from various states and stakeholders, and preparations were well underway for the nationwide celebration. He added that no fewer than 21 states and the Federal Capital Territory have indicated their plans to organize activities for the event. Remember that you can follow news and current affairs programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page. Follow us at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube at ABS Television Oka, and on X at ABS Radio TV, and on Instagram at absradiotv.com. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. Before we go, a look at the main points again. Governor Soludo commissioned Solution Arena to tackle street trading menace in Anambra State. Bishop Nwaokolo has urged federal government to address rising economic hardship in Nigeria. Security agencies have showcased achievements in the past 1 year. And on the foreign scene, we brought to you a bus attack in India kills 9. To end the news, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. My name is Ajul, saying thank you for watching. Have a blessed night rest.
So if you ask them, oh, what happened between you and A, you will say things that favored you. When you ask B, he or she's going to say things. So the point is, marriage does not have manual. But what I would say is, don't be carried away by you being woke. I'm an African woman.
information. Did you follow me?
The Ijakuba producer and star actress also took out the public on the difference between fame and wealth. Often people believe that celebrities are rich people because they are famous, but Toyin disagreed with that thought, citing herself as a case study. She said,
"That's the mistake you people make. There is difference between money. I have been popular for over 20 years. I started making money maybe 5-6 years ago. I became a millionaire maybe 5-6 years ago. All those years that you people were thinking I wasn't rich. So fame is different from wealth, from riches rather. So you people always mix it up."
But there are two accused journalists, bloggers, and the society of not